Hello. Let me turn this music down just a little bit. I don't want it to be overpowering. Hello and welcome back to the stream. Let me just set this up correctly. I need for you to find my game. OBS wants to be mad. OBS says, I don't want to show your game. Well, there is more than one way to get. Now, isn't there? What's that? Well, for those of you who do not know me, let me introduce myself. My name is Lotus, and I primarily stream The Sims 4. For the last few streams, we have done Stardew Valley. First, because I wanted to introduce you to it, because I'm just now learning how to play the game. I have finished year 1. But today, I am doing The Sims 4, and contrary to what OBS is telling you, The Sims 4 is actually up here on my screen. So I'm just going to have to see. I'm just going to have to recreate the game window. Oh, OBS is really showing me it's behind today. All right, I see what we're doing. I see what I'm gonna have to do. Why am I feeling hunger pains all of a sudden? Why is that? Should not be a thing. Because I had a very large lunch. And I don't know why. Here we go. And I don't know why I am feeling hungry. All right, cool. Just gotta move it down so that everything else is on top of it. That is, but I'm not going to worry about it. There we go. Now everything is the way I want it to be, as opposed to whatever the heck that was that OBS called itself doing. Yes, I want to remove that. Thank you very much. I would like for that to be live, so that you all know that today's music is brought to you by Chill Hop. There we go. I'm part of Chill Hop's Creator Network, so I have their permission to use their music on stream and for social media. If any of you are interested in that, you can check out Chill Hop's website, and you can find all the information on how to sign up with them. Let's see, is there anything on my screen since I'm going around rearranging stuff? since I'm going around rearranging stuff, it's one in full use. All right, that's cool. I will go ahead and leave it at that. So, I have been having a problem with my game where my lots will load empty, even though I know full well there is a build on that lot. And I did the 50-50 method, found the two mods that I thought were the problem, deleted them, let the makers know about them, put the rest of my mods that had been working with the game back into my game, and lo and behold, my game is still loading with the lots empty. So I have disabled all mods so that I can continue building on this lot, because I'm not going to let some little script mods keep me from building. This is a build that I started a couple days ago. I don't think I started it yesterday. I think I started it a couple of days ago. It's on the Prospector's Paradise lot at Gibbi Point, which is a world that I have only started exploring. It's very pretty. I love it. It came with the previous pack, Adventure Awaits. It is very much based on the idea of camping and getaways and outdoor adventures and all that kind of stuff. And also things like a romantic getaway competition. I wanted to build, funnily enough, a modern looking house. And modern apparently is not part of my build vocabulary, because as soon as I started building, this is what came out. This is very much not a modern type build. I don't know what you would call it. I'm not really versed on the different types of builds and what they look like. What I do know was I wanted to build with I wanted it to be residential. I wanted it to have plenty of space inside. And I also wanted it to have some bump outs that would make the exterior far more interesting than what I feel like my builds usually look like. So this is what I came up with, and frankly, I really like it a lot. I finally got it to the point where I'm just about done decorating the interior. So today will be landscaping and any finishing touches I can think of for the interior. This is a pretty big house. We have 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms, 1 bed and a separate full bath downstairs, and 3 bedrooms with ensuite baths upstairs. If you remember the castle that I built, it also had 3 bedrooms with ensuite baths upstairs. I think that's a bit of a theme in my life right now, or at least in my building imagination, having plenty of space, but also having bedrooms, most of which have an ensuite bath. So this can be more like a guest room if you're playing on this lot. Have a nice double bed. I decorated it as though a teen or a young adult uses this room, but you know, you can always delete things as you want. This build is not going to be pack limited. My previous build, the castle, was pack limited. I tried to limit it to just a couple of packs. This build is not pack limited, so I'll be touching just about every pack most likely, and I'm sorry about that for those of you who don't have all of the packs. I know what that's like. That's how I started out, of course. But I wanted to do a pack where I really didn't want to think about pack limitations. The only limitation I wanted was no CC, because I want to upload it to the gallery. And I just wanted to be able to vibe and build and not worry about limiting myself in terms of packs. So here we are. We have a downstairs foyer. I guess we can do the whole first person view type tour. So as soon as we step inside, we have this nice foyer. I'm gonna have to move that light. There's no ceiling there. Got our nice little nook here. You can hang your coats, a shoe rack. Please take off your shoes as soon as you come inside. This wonderful hallway area. You can dump your keys, you can dump your change, dump the mail, and a mirror so you can check yourself out before you go out. A burglar alarm, of course, which is a necessity these days. Right to the right, you enter into the living room. Now, the living room is a little bit smaller than I intended, but I like it. It's cozy. It's small, but it still has enough space for what I want. I wanted a fireplace. That was a non-negotiable. So I put a fireplace here. There's also one in the bedroom directly above the living room. And I also finished the ceilings. I painted the ceilings white. First time doing that in a long time. I hadn't done anything with ceilings in a while. We've got the blank canvas for the household portrait over the wall television. We have ourselves a little window seat here. Nice and cozy. We also have our invisible, quote unquote, dance floor down in front of the stereo. So when you have parties, everybody has a place to dance. And a little dining table, just 4 chairs because they're 4 bedrooms. Of course, if you wanted to, you could put a much larger table here. This house right now, the way it's decorated, could sleep 7. And the room that has one single bed could very easily fit another single bed in it. So this house is very easily big enough for 8 Sims. So, and there's enough room here that you can always put in a larger dining table if you prefer. Right next to the dining room, to the right, you have a kitchen, nicely decorated. I'm using medium wall height for the ground floor. Excellent level of appliances. So the stove is high quality, the fridge is high quality. Unless I'm doing a budget build, I really like to put a high quality stove and high quality fridge in my builds. And we've got some kitchen clutter in here, as well as some appliances from Home Chef Hustle. We've got our stand mixer and our waffle maker, and we've got our shopping bag, the cookie jar, the cereal boxes, and we also have ads starting in about 30 seconds. So hang in there and I'll see you on the other side of the ads. Unless you're a subscriber or unless you're watching the VOD, then you will not be interrupted by ads. If we come back out to the dining room, walk past the drink rack, this is the full bath that's on the first floor. Not much to see here, just a full bath, tub and shower combo, and all that jazz. The window looks out over the back porch, which is why I put a shade there, because, you know, privacy and all of that stuff. So let's come out of the dining room, and I deliberately did not make this open concept. I like the idea of there being some separation between the common areas and the bedrooms. So this is that first bedroom that I was talking about. Nice and roomy. You got your double bed. Little area here by the window where someone was reading a book and left it. They intend to come back to it. You've got 2 mirrors, one mirror behind the dresser for when you're doing your makeup, doing your hair, and then another full-length standing mirror next to it so you can check your whole outfit before you go out of the room. You come back out into the hallway. The hallway is kind of narrow, but that's okay because it's narrow because I wanted to put a staircase here leading to the upstairs. So, and here, there's that light that I think that, oh no, that might be an upstairs light. I think that's an upstairs light, but I'm going to double check that light that I said I'll have to move. This sliding door goes to the back patio. You can hang your little sweater or jacket there. You have a little table with some rooted vegetables and some gardening equipment, because when I do the landscaping, I want to include an area for gardening, probably some sheltered pots here on the patio. You can see the patio is really big. That's the window to the bathroom. So I probably want to have some sheltered pots out here on the patio, but then also there's going to be, I think, a garden area. I definitely want to add an in-ground swimming pool and probably some playground equipment, just because I like the playground equipment that came with Adventure Awaits, and I want to use that in this build. Put the ceiling up upstairs. Oh yeah, I've got to move that light. Hold on one second. I'm going to do that while I'm thinking about it. So I have this light that's just kind of floating. That's got to go. It cannot just float. So we have a light up here on the second floor. All right, where are we? Okay, we are back downstairs. So now we have our narrow staircase leading up to the second floor. We're going to go up here. At the very top of the stairs, we have the entrance to 2 bedrooms. Like I said, all 3 bedrooms up here have ensuite baths. So the intention is that the upstairs is entirely private. It's not for entertaining. There are no bathrooms for temporary guests to use. If you need a bathroom up here, you have to go through a bedroom. So the very first door that you see is for this bedroom here. I believe this is the largest of the 3 bedrooms. This is the one with the fireplace. I also wanted a fireplace in a bedroom. And I thought about maybe the Sim or Sims who use this bedroom like art. They also like exercising. So you can see they have their soccer ball and sneakers and their free weights here. And they also like color. So you see lots of color in this bedroom. You've got an easel here by the window. And I don't remember which sexual or gender orientation or gender identity this flag is for. I'm going to have to look it up. There's so many of them, so many different colors, and I'm still educating myself on what each different flag means. In this corner, you've got your computer, and then you have a very large spa-like bathroom. So you've got your walk-in shower. You have a nice big soaking tub, slate soaking tub. Got some candles, the bath salts and everything up at the top of the shelves over the toilet, and a double vanity with some more candles. Lots of storage in this bathroom. Lots of space. I would say that this bedroom and bathroom are the main one, just because the bathroom is the largest, and this is the bedroom with the fireplace. So this would be the main bedroom. And directly across it is another large bedroom. This one, I would say either a teen or a very young adult uses. That's who I decorated it for. They also love color. You get an explosion of color when you walk into this space, and they divided their sleeping space and the rest of it with this desk. So the desk is at the edge of the carpet, the desk on the carpet, and the carpet indicates the beginning of their like quiet sleeping type space. Nice and big. Room for more clutter if I wanted to add it, but I decided to leave it at this for now because I wanted to move on to landscaping. And then they have an ensuite bath that is smaller than the other one, but it's still a full bath. This one has a shower, not a tub. So you can see the shower there on the other side of the wall. It's small, but it is fully functional and nice and cozy. And then the last bedroom is across. When you come up the stairs, you hang a right, well, you have double doors out to a balcony, so you can come out. This is the front of the house, looking out of the front of the house. You get that lovely view of the lake and the surrounding town. Cute little small town type area. And then this is the third bedroom. This is the smallest one, but it also has an ensuite bath. This is a kid's bedroom. And you can see your little activity table, your study desk, lamps, colorful furniture, colorful wall decals, and wallpaper, and their own bathroom through here, which also follows a kids type theme. This one, does this one have a shower? I don't think this one has a shower. This one just has a bathtub, but it's decorated nice and colorful for a kid. And that is all 4 bedrooms and all 4 bathrooms. So that's the tour of the house. And now I'm going to start on landscaping. So I said I want them to have a pool. I believe that should go in the backyard here. So let's see. Hey, welcome back from the ads. I'm glad you made it. Thank you for sitting through those. I really appreciate your patience. Those help to support the stream. Even though we don't make a lot from ads. Usually I just make like 3 or 4 cents a stream from the ads. But I was able to get my first Twitch payout of 2026 just recently. So thank you for your support, however you were able to provide it. I appreciate it. I don't take it for granted at all. All right, let's see. I would like to make a pool. And I usually just make a rectangular pool. But let's try the custom tool pool. I don't know how this works. How about... So what am I doing? I'm clicking... like clicking and dragging kind of thing. Oh, that was easy. I'm looking for pull ladders. There we go. I'm going to add some of the Adventure Awaits stuff. So how about... Well, first thing I want to do is add a ladder. Oh yeah, I'm not working with Better Build By because I took out all my mods. Well, I didn't take them out. I just disabled script mods. I could take out all the mods, all the script mods except for Better Build By. I should have done that. If I get frustrated dealing with building without Better Build By, then that's what I'll do. Now, I want a diving board. Do I want a diving board or a water slide? I'd love a water slide. How do I fit that? I think I need to make the pool bigger if I want to use a water slide. So why don't we put 2 more squares out. Now, what color slide do I want? I want something... Let's go with a bright blue. Alright, how do I make this work? This is my first time using this, so okay. There. So I can put it there. I could put it on this side. so that I can put the diving board there, but I don't think so. I'll put the diving board here. Still gives you plenty of room to dive in. I really would prefer the diving board on the long end though. So maybe I'll move it like this. Put the diving board here and then put the slide there. Yeah, I like that better. For safety's sake, even though this is Sims, we don't have to worry about that, but still. But still, I will do it. We need a drain. I like for my pools to be realistic as possible. So we've got the drain there. And light would also be a good thing. I'm gonna stick that here. And here. So we're lighting things up in the middle of the pool. I don't think I have to add mosaic top tile, but I would like to add some floor decals, just because I think they're cute. I like the default trim. I'm not going to change that. I will, however, add a floaty or two. I don't think well, it's been a while since I put in a whale floaty. So let's put the whale floaty in the pool. And now let's see about some masonry. I'm always unsure of what to put around a pool, whether I should put tile or concrete. I think for an outside, or bricks, but I think for an outside pool, it should be concrete. So we have concrete there, and then I guess for the rest of the area, oh, you know what? I wanted to put a fence. That's going to be moving things over one if I'm going to keep, I don't want to do that though, because the fence can't go right on the edge of the lot. It has to be one tile in from the edge of the lot. Let's see, how am I going to do that? I think I want this nice simple one. Yeah, it can't go there. It has to go one tile in. Oh, that's okay. That's okay that it's one tile in. I don't want to move the pool because I like the dimensions and I don't want to have to move everything. So I'd have to reposition the drains, the ladder, everything, the decals, and I don't want to do that. So we'll just have one tile on that side. I can put a gate if I want to. There. I like that. Nice, spacious pool area. And for the rest of the area, do I want to maybe brick it in so there can be an outdoor patio area, like other than the porch? Because we do have the porch here, and it's a covered porch. Dunno. Oh, pardon me. Let's see what that looks like. Actually doesn't look half bad. It actually doesn't look half bad. Then I can put bushes along there, and I can put like a grill and stuff here. And some lights. The main thing was I wanted the pool area fenced in, which I think is cool. Let me save. Oh, I forgot to let my people on Blue Sky know that I went live. Let me take care of that now before I forget. And while I do that as well, I'm going to put my socials in the chat in case you want to follow me on Blue Sky or any other social media that I'm on. I'll just go to my profile real quick and do live. I will be live for about 2 hours. There. Okay. All right. Now let's work on this patio area some more. Let's see. There's some other stuff that I could do. I could do stone. Oh, I actually like how that looks. Maybe one that's a little bit darker to kind of match. I like how that looks. And it's something different. I don't think I've ever used this one before. That was the whole purpose of me. That was part of the purpose of me doing this without a budget and without pack limitations, so that I could use stuff that maybe I don't normally use. Pardon me. Oh, this came with the new royalty pack. A curtain of hydrangeas, please and thanks. I love hydrangeas. Oh, these are big. Oh, that's right. I don't have move objects on. I should probably put it on. I should probably move objects. Thank you. Okay, and I can eat this row of bricks because these hydrangea are gigantic. Use that. Oh, I do like me lavender. Do like me some lavender, so we will include that. regular hedgerow, or do I want a high hedge? I think I want a high hedge. Add some more of these shrubs on this side. And maybe with something taller in this corner. Like this. I think we're going to need some lights out here too. What is that smell? Oh, it's my dad from lunch. I had sushi and gyoza for lunch. It was very good. I ate everything. And now Dad is here with my trash to take out. And I was smelling the remnants of that. Okay. Pardon me. We need a grill. We need a... Ooh. Here's a way to make street eats right at home. I think I've only used this once. It is time for me to use it again. I'm gonna put this right there. Oh, I've never seen this one before. I wonder what kit that is. Okay, let's add a patio table. There's a lot of patio tables in the game now with the different kits, packs. Let's do this one. And find ourselves some chairs. I am not used to building without Better Build By. I might need to restart my game with just that mod in. But first, I want to find some chairs for this table. Find something that kind of matches. This kind of matches. Colorful stuff, colorful. All right, I'm gonna go to the main menu, re-enable mods, then exit the game because the game has to be restarted when you enable or disable mods. I'm going to exit the game and then I'm going to take out all of my script mods except for Better Build By. And my game should load correctly because Better Build By was one of those that loaded. All of my CC loaded without breaking my save. So in theory, Better Build By and all of my CC should load without breaking my game. Okay, we're going to enable custom content and mods, and the changes, and then we're going to exit the game. And hopefully this won't take too long when I restart, just because there'll only be the one script mod in the game. Sometimes the game takes a while to load when OBS is running. It can sometimes take a while to load, even when OBS is not running, but with OBS running, it tends to take even longer. But hopefully that won't be the case this time. Okay, let me go I know what I need to do. I'm gonna pull them all into mod testing because something is still going on with my mods. So I need to retest which mods work, which ones don't. So let's pull out all of, let me leave MC Command Center in there too. Take out the custom loading screen. And take out everything but, see, let's leave in better exceptions and mod guard. And no, let me leave in UI cheats, I mean, because UI cheats seem to be okay. Okay, so I have MC Command Center with MC Woohoo, better build by, better exceptions, mod guard, and UI cheats. So let's see what my game does now when I restart. If it will restart properly and load my lot. What's been happening is that my lot will load, the save will load, but when the save loads, my lots are all empty. And of course that's wrong because I've put stuff in those lots. So I'm not expecting to see empty lots. I'm expecting to see the builds that I put on those lots. And that hasn't been happening. It wasn't until today that it dawned on me that the problem is most likely a mod. I was thinking it was my game. I repaired my game. And today I took out my mods folder, and as soon as the game came up, all of my lots loaded. So I was like, okay, there is something fishy going on with my mods. So, and apparently I have to test again because, like I said, I did the whole 50-50 thing. My lots were loading fine. I found 2 mods that I figured were the culprits, because with each of those mods in individually, the lots would not load. So I deleted those 2 mods because there are no updates for them yet. Put the rest of my mods, which had been working fine with the game, back into the game, and the game was like, nope, absolutely not. So don't know what's but the mods that I have in now are the most important ones to me, even for gameplay. So I'm gonna see if my game is happier with those mods, and my CC is still in my mod folder as well, so I can always I'll be double checking to make sure that the game will still load. It was loading before with my CC. It was. I don't know what's going on. Isn't technology wonderful? Technology is wonderful. So happy hump day. I hope you're having a good Wednesday. I'm actually having a good Wednesday. It's quieter than I was expecting it to be. But tomorrow and Friday are going to be busy. As a matter of fact, Friday I will not be streaming because I will be away from my computer all day until pretty late in the day. So there won't be a stream on Friday. However, I might squeeze in a stream on Saturday because I don't have any particular plans, and Saturday is my birthday. So I might stream on Saturday just to celebrate my birthday. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't want to hold myself to that yet, just in case I need some recovery time after my busy day on Friday. But I'll let you all know, probably via the Discord. whether I will stream on Friday. Oh, we're in the middle of an ad break. Well, I'm going to have to let people know that again once the ad break is up for the people who are stuck in ads right now. The music is acting like it's kind of loud compared to my voice. Let me turn that down just a bit. We like music, but we don't want the music to be overbearing. My game is thinking about what it wants to do. It's saying, do I want to load? Or do I want to show my entire ass? Okay, it's doing something. It is doing something. That is a good thing. Oh, I need to refill my water bottle. You know what? While the game is doing that and while we're on ads, I'm going to refill my water bottle and I will be right back. Oh, look, we're back from ads. Welcome back. Thank you for your patience. Just had to go refill my water bottle. Got water on me. All right, let's see if my game loads. I have a feeling it's not going to, only because the background and the main menu has not loaded. And that seems like it's a sign that the game is unhappy with my mods, but let's see what happens. Let's see if the game wants to play nicely with mods. Back to Gibbi point we go. Ooh, ooh, hey! My lot is there. That's good. Now I know for sure that my CC and the mods that I currently have in the game are not the ones that are breaking my saves. Because usually what would happen is there would be no icon of my build in the Manage Worlds view. The lot would appear to be empty because it was originally an empty lot when in a fresh save that's an empty lot. So it appeared to be an empty lot. But now there is actually an icon of my build on that lot. So the mods that I have in and all of my CC are working properly with the game. That is very good for me to know. That might mean that there's another script mod that's not acting right. But of the script mods that I have in now, those are all of the mods that I really, really need. The other ones are nice to have, but they're not anything that I feel like I must have in order to have the kind of gameplay experience that I prefer. And in case anybody is curious, the mods that are must-haves for me are MC Command Center with MC Woohoo, Twisted Mexie's Better Build By, Twisted Mexie's Better Exceptions, Twisted Mexie's Mod Guard, and UI Cheats Extension. If I could not have any other mods, and those are the only mods that I can have, then I'm still able to have the kind of gameplay experience that I prefer. Everything else is like a nice to have kind of mod. But you know, nice to have is nice. So I'm not saying they're unimportant. I'm just saying for my gameplay experience, those mods are not needed as much as the ones that I actually named. There's my build right the way I left it. Very nice. Okay. I'm going to have to open one of my saves that have been acting funky and see how that acts too. Now that I've got that much figured out in terms of my mods and how they're affecting my gameplay. All right. We need lights or something here. So let's see. Let's do lighting and outdoor lighting. And now that I have Better Build By, I can expand that. Oh, I can also, let's see, move objects on, ignore unlocks, organize debug. I know I'm going to have to restart my game for that to work, but I'm not going to do that right now. And that should be, those are the settings that I always use. I would like some lanterns in my backyard. And I can get to my swatch tray again. This is so cool. And I think we'll just put the pole here. Those are some of my lights. Let's move this out of the way. I haven't done a yard, a nice festive yard in quite some time. I think the last one I did was in my comfort save. I'm pretty sure it was my comfort save. My comfort save is one with my sim self. It's not exactly the way I would like it, but you know what? It'll work. Actually, what I can do is move this outside. Doesn't have to go through the fence. And then I'll need to be turning this which means these are going to need to be all placed as well, which is fine. That's fine. And I like it. Yeah. This one here, and that'll do it. Yes. And I can just put bushes or something around the outside. But now this way, the whole backyard is surrounded by lights, which is what I wanted. And I also want some lounge chairs. I think I'll put the sofas up on the porch. Let's stick with the pastel theme. Oh, and I've got some new umbrellas too. I saw them yesterday when I was building. Hadn't known about them. All right, where are the umbrellas at? I mean, I know we've got this sun blocker. We can use that. I hardly ever use that actually. I don't actually, have I ever? Oh yeah, Sulani builds like once in a blue moon. I can, let me stick that there just for, oh, here's an umbrella. But I want to see all of my umbrellas. Of course, that can't go right there because it cuts into the lamps, the pink lamp up above, but I will move it if I choose to use that one. I thought I had, no, I saw some other umbrellas. But I think there's an umbrella that comes with the new pack. So there's this one. That's a possibility. But let me pull up. I could have sworn I saw an umbrella that came with Royalty and Legacy. I must, oh, here, yes, this one. The Fringe Parasol. I thought I saw more than that, but maybe I just saw that one in passing and got so excited by it that in my mind I multiplied it into a lot of umbrellas. I want something that matches our pastel theme for the backyard. This one actually matches pretty well. Alright, and then we can just put the chairs. Now they're in the shade of the umbrella. That looks comfy. We should put a toddler pool out here. We should, oh no, it doesn't only do toddlers, but we should put a toddler pool out here. So let's see if I can find that. I never know where that is. Because everybody can use the toddler pool, except for infants and newborns, of course, but everybody else can use it. They can soak in it. So it wouldn't be under infants and toddlers only. Did I miss it? Did I miss it, y'all? I didn't see it. pool. Pool and kids decorations. No, that's not it. Let's do a text search for pool. Here it is. Oh, it's in seasons. Okay, in the seasons. Let's put the toddler pool right. Let's put it right here. So it's in the pool area, but it's not like right at the edge of the pool. And I think some ground lighting might be a good idea. Because right now we just have the lights in the pool. Let's add some ground lighting. And I'll put one here too, and then move the cart just a little bit. And I think I would like something to illuminate the bushes. Oh, maybe not. I don't like it shining right in the window. But maybe I'll put something like that in the front when I finish the landscaping. But I think that's good for now. I'm trying not to overly clutter the build. Because sometimes when you put too much clutter, it makes the lot laggy, I've been told. So I want to avoid doing that. All right, now we need outdoor furniture for the back porch. And I wanted to put a couch. And in keeping with the more pastel-like theme, let's do that. And I don't know. Do I want to do a camp chair? Maybe not. Let's do a lounger. Table would also be good. That way we can put out like drinks and stuff. I think that's a good idea. Let's see, accent tables. Oh, let me expand this. It's so much easier to see when I expand it. That's a function of Better Build By. Better Build By allows you to expand your build menu. Let me see. What do I want to use? These are end tables. Oh, this is part of the patio. You know what I can do? Make it so much easier for me. Let's see. Perfect patio. So we have perfect patio, and then there's a pool stuff pack as well. Is it a stuff pack? I thought there was something for a pool. It wasn't Desert Lux, that's not what I'm thinking about, or Riviera Retreat. But you know what? I will can use those. So Riviera Retreat is also a backyard themed kit. And where was that other one that I just saw? Desert Lux is a backyard themed kit with a place like Oasis Springs in mind. But I could have sworn there was a pool themed kit, a pool themed stuff pack beyond the perfect patio kit. Perfect patio stuff pack. I get these things mixed up sometimes. Kitchen. Am I just missing it? You know, sometimes you look at something so much that your eyes skip over exactly what you're looking for. That's what I'm afraid is going on here. Poolside Splash. Oh, that's a kid. Oh. Okay. All right. Doesn't Where's Poolside Splash? I know I have it. The only packs I don't have are the SpongeBob ones. I was never into SpongeBob. So, wasn't chomping at the bit to buy those. I'm doing it again. I am not seeing. Oh, that is so weird. Why am I not seeing that kit? I know I have it. Look at my EA app real quick. Yeah, Poolside Splash. Unless there were there were no build items in Poolside Splash. That's why it's not showing up. That was a strictly CC pack. Okay. All right. So where is the water slide? The slip and slide. What pack is that in? Right, here it is. What's that? That's the stuff pack that I had before. Let me see. That's the one that I was looking at before, right? No, that's a different one. Oh, backyard. Okay. So your backyard, perfect patio, Desert Lux, and Riviera Beach. All right, those are my backyard slash pool type things. And I'll show everything from those. All right. Tell you when you don't use something for a while. Hey, what is that? Oh, D'Angelo. Oh my gosh. Hi, everybody. Wow. Thank you for stopping by and bringing your community, D'Angelo. Oh my God. How was your stream? I was watching some of the chaos, most of the day, actually. Before I started streaming, I expect that you continued calling Farhan's name for the rest of the stream. Yeah, that's just how it goes. Welcome. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lotus. I am a big fan of D'Angelo. I love lurking in his streams because I love his voice. It's very soothing. So I am going to go ahead and give him a big shout out. I can spell. I can spell. Spelling is a good thing. Yes. Okay. You love my voice. Thank you. I appreciate that. If you have to raid and run, go and de-stream, do whatever you have to do, then please do that. You probably need to go and eat. Make sure that you take care of yourself and anybody else. If you've got a raid and run, then by all means do that. But thank you so much for coming by, and thank you, D'Angelo, for trusting me with your community. I'm over here building in The Sims 4. I'm very happy to be back in my game because I have been having issues with my lots loading empty. And I figured out that it's a mod thing. So I've been able to narrow it down to a handful of mods. I found two mods that definitely were culprits, so I deleted those. I thought that I had it figured out, put everything back into my mods folder, and my lots were loading empty again. So I've cut it down to the bare minimum of mods just so that I can have like better build by and better exceptions and still be able to play with my game. But yeah, I've got a little bit of troubleshooting to do still when I'm done streaming. Yes, I fixed it, Tiana. Oh, that's so relatable. I know mods are an awesome thing, and mods are also a pain in the tuchus. So, we are grateful for mods, even though sometimes they are a pain and have to be disabled. But for now, I'm doing okay. And actually, when I finish streaming, in addition to figuring out what script mods are still causing the issue, I want to go back into some of my saves that were having that problem and see what they look like now. I'm hoping that those saves will load without any issues. Well, what I'm doing today is the landscaping for this 4 bedroom, 4 bath house that I decided to build on the Prospector's Paradise lot in Gibbi Point. I haven't played much in Gibbi Point yet. I've just started exploring that world, and it's really pretty. For those who don't know, Gibbi Point is the world that came with Adventure Awaits, which is the expansion pack that came out before the Royalty and Legacies expansion pack came out. So I'm up here on this lot, and I spent the past couple of days working on this house. I can give you a quick tour of it. I started out with a tour, but I'm happy to do it again. I wanted a build that had lots of room, so I started out with medium wall height for the ground floor, and then, oops, that's not what I want to do. Medium height for the ground floor, and then the upstairs is just regular short wall height. So you come in, you have this nice foyer, you can drop your coat, drop your shoes, because we want you to take them off. Thank you very much. Nice little area where you can drop your keys and change and the mail if you have that. A burglar alarm, of course, because that's a necessity now that we have burglars. You can turn burglars off. I haven't done that though. I can't say I like the chaos, but I don't mind the chaos. Who was that? Mama Tater, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. So we've got a nice living room with a dining room right off the living room. The living room is kind of small. It's a little bit smaller than I was intending, but I like how it came out. I wanted to include a fireplace, so I did that. And we have the space for the family portrait above the wall TV and a little window seat here, nice and cozy. You know, we want to share the space with someone special. And we've also got our dance floor in front of the stereo, which is right by the dining room. And to the right of the dining room is a well-appointed kitchen with your high quality fridge and stove. I like using high quality appliances. If I'm making a build and I don't have a budget, which I didn't have for this one, then I like to use the high quality appliances just because, you get better food quality and all that stuff. I was heavy lurking. Thank you so much for the heavy lurk. We love lurkers here. And D'Angelo also loves lurkers. Lurkers are like really the backbone of a stream, to be honest. It's really a shame that Twitch doesn't count lurkers the way they should. They claim that they do, but if you ever check, if you're streaming and it'll show you how many viewers you have, and then you go into my chat, like on your stream manager, a lot of times it'll show that you have a lot more viewers than who's being counted. And that's because at a certain point, Twitch stops counting lurkers, and I don't appreciate that. But enough about Twitch and its shenanigans. We are still grateful for the platform. Otherwise, we would not be here streaming. I deliberately did not make this open concept because I wanted there to be a nice division between the common areas and the bedrooms so that you could have some peace and quiet if you decided you didn't want to hang out in the party anymore. You can retire to your bedroom and you have some peace and quiet. So this is a downstairs bedroom. It can be a guest room. It doesn't have an ensuite bath. Because we needed a bathroom downstairs for guests to use. Or it can be a bedroom for like a teen, an older teen or a young adult. That's why I put the posters there on the wall. And oh, I forgot to show you. Did I show you the bathroom? I showed you the bathroom. That's what I went into when I was talking about lurkers and how we appreciate them more than Twitch seems to. So that's our bathroom for the downstairs. And then this is the downstairs bedroom. We also have a door to the backyard. I just spent the last hour doing the backyard. So now we have a pool, a nice bricked over patio area. We can make some snacks. And I'm decorating the porch now. It's a covered porch, so we can use it even when it's raining. I always think that that's really cool. Then upstairs, we have 3 more bedrooms, and those bedrooms each have an ensuite bath. So this is the main bedroom, and I imagined that the Sims who use this bedroom are really into art and exercise. So you can see they have their exercise equipment. They've got a, what's that? Oh, that's the roof. Okay. Ignore the crazy roof stuff. They've got an easel here by the window, and they also have a fireplace, which is what makes this one of the the main bedroom, because it has a fireplace. The other 2 bedrooms upstairs don't. This bedroom also has the largest ensuite bathroom. So you've got lots of storage space, double vanities, and a very spa looking type bathroom. If I had this in my house, I would live in this bathroom all the time. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm coming out of the bathroom. Okay, that's what's going on. So we have a nice slate tub, a walk-in shower. We've got some candles for ambiance, all that good stuff. So that's the main bedroom and its bathroom. Directly across from it is another large bedroom, and this could be a teen or a young adult as well. This person also likes color, so you walk in and you get assaulted with color in your eyeballs. They decided to divide up their bedroom with their desks. So when you come on this side of the desk, this is where you have your rug and your bed. And then the other side of the desk, your dressing areas where you drop all your stuff on the floor, that kind of thing. And they also have an ensuite bath. Now theirs has a shower, not a tub, and it's smaller, but it is a full bath and it is functional. There's a shower there around the corner. So nice and cozy, perfect for 1 sim or 2 if they know how to operate around each other. They don't mind sharing a tight space. Then we also have a balcony that looks out the front of the house, and you can get this wonderful view of the town of Gibbi Point and the lake over there. The upstairs was not meant for entertaining. That's why there are no bathrooms out on the landing. All of the bathrooms upstairs are just meant for the bedrooms. And then the last bedroom is a kid's bedroom. Nice and colorful. Got all the kids' stuff in here. I would have loved a bedroom like this when I was a kid. And then they also have their own bathroom. Their bathroom has a bathtub instead of a shower, and it's also nice and colorful, well suited to a kid's taste. So that is the house. And now I'm going to continue working on the landscaping and also the back porch. That's what I was working on when I was pleasantly surprised by you all dropping in. Yes, and if you want to count the views, just lurk. All you have to do is mute the browser, not the stream, just the browser. Yes. Otherwise, it doesn't count towards the actual viewer count. So don't mute the stream in Twitch, just mute the browser. You'll help the streamer's viewer count. Thank you very much for explaining that. I like to do that. I'm usually lurking in multiple streams. Oh, I don't want to move that. I'm usually lurking in multiple streams during the day, and that's exactly what I do. I just mute the browser tab, and I make sure it's not muted in Twitch because, you know, Twitch be doing the most sometimes and trying to cheat people out of views. But, you know, we're smart and we find ways around all of that. I think I want to put some drinks on here, and I always love me a good wind chime. The bamboo ones, especially, because they have this really nice earthy tone to them. And I think they did a really good job in the game of, oh, that was the wrong key. There we go. I think they did a really good job in the game of mimicking the sound of bamboo chimes. So I like to add those. Sam, I do too. I try to support anyone I can that day. Yes, exactly. And it's so easy to do. Doesn't cost anything. How much better can you get than free, you know? I want some plants. The question is, how funky do I want my plants to be? And I'm thinking lots of color. So let's go with that one. And I also love to put down the bird feeder. It's really cool. As long as it's outside, you can fill it with bird seed. I think it costs like 5 simoleons to fill. And if you watch it from time to time during the day, you'll see birds come by and take bird seed. It's really cute. It adds something to the ambiance of a lot. All right, what is missing? Trees are missing. This lot is very much giving burn me up in the sun because there is absolutely no shade. I'm going to grab some dinner, but I'll be lurking. Enjoy your dinner, D'Angelo. And thanks again for the raid. Yeah, so this lot is giving burn me up in the sun because there's no shade. So we're going to fix that. We're going to add some trees. How many trees? I don't know. I know little Simsy likes to say, trees cover a multitude of sins. I so far don't have many, if any, sins on my lot. Oh, I want a big tree. This is it's not a super large lot, but it is, I think, is it 30 by 20? 30 by 40. Yeah, this is a pretty big lot. So I can actually fit, oh, that is large. How about a couple of maple trees? I don't think I use this tree much, and that is truly a shame. So I'm going to take advantage of that. Now, it doesn't, I mean, it doesn't look like, maybe I won't use the maple tree because I kind of like whatever foliage and trees that I put on the lot to kind of match the surrounding area. But there are 30 by 40 lots in other worlds, so I just happen to be building in Gibby Point right now. So the foliage doesn't have to match Gibby Point. Night Owl, thank you so much for the follow, and you are my 350th follower. Congratulations, you win my enduring gratitude, and yeah. I wish I had a prize to give you. I don't, but thank you very much for the follow and for helping me meet my follower goal. Now I got to come up with a new one. You're giving me work to do, but that's okay. Don't take your follow back. That's perfectly fine. All right, so if I'm going to use, which one was that? It was one from, um, was that one from, that was from my first pet stuff, or dogs and cats, I think it was. So it's a maple tree. I think more than one would be a good idea. The way I rushed for Turbo, the ads, I couldn't. I don't blame you. The ads, Twitch does a lot when it comes to the ad. So if you have Discord, oh, you have Twitch Turbo. Oh, okay. That's cool. I've not subscribed to Twitch Turbo. Um, and actually, I need to look that up. If you subscribe to Twitch Turbo, does any of that go to the streamer? I have a feeling it doesn't, but I could be wrong. I could be overestimating Twitch's greediness here. Oh, hey. Night Owl, thank you so much for the sub. I guess it does count as a sub for the streamer. Okay, you should. Turbo is great. I probably will at some point. What I love to do is subscribe to individual streamers. Right now, I am job hunting. I've been job hunting for 2 years now, and I am definitely counting pennies. So that means I've had to cut most of my subscriptions, until I have, unless I have like some spare money or whatnot. And then if one of the streamers that I normally support, um, I have some spare money and my subscription to them has ended, then I like to go back and re-up my subscription. But yeah, I enjoy not having ads. It's such a wonderful thing. Do I want this to all be woods? You know what? I'm gonna leave it. Oh, I wanted to do playground equipment. No, we can't have quite so many trees then. Actually, we might not even be able to have such big trees. Let's place the playground equipment first, and then we'll see about trees and the rest of the landscaping. So let's see, is it under kids? I don't think so. In case you didn't know, um, all Sims can go, well, from toddlers up, can go on the playground equipment that came with Adventure Awaits. I discovered that by accident when one of my young adult Sims decided to climb up on the playground equipment with their younger siblings. I didn't know they could do that. Somehow I forgot that from the trailer. But yeah, that's a really cool feature of this playground equipment. So let's see, what do I want? Gotta have a couple of platforms. This tunnel can only be used with short platforms. So let's do canopies, definitely. And I think I would like, well, I definitely want a connector tunnel. Turbo supports streamers a little, I think. I just looked up streamers still receive revenue as if those ads have been watched. Oh, that's good to know. That's really good to know. Thank you for that. But I want to support more since I'm getting paid this midnight. So yay, yay. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Y'all are so cool. right, let's see here. Let's do some bright colors. I think it's not really a playground if it's not bright colors. Which reminds me, how bright exactly do I want the colors to be? That would be good. I'll have some yellow there. And I would like a climbing wall here. And then for those who don't want to climb, I think stairs would be a good idea. You know what? Let me just, since I'm just doing playground equipment right now, I'm just going to sort for adventure weights. There, that's so much better. I will not put a metal slide down because I don't want to be burning my children as they go down the slide. Okay, stairs. I'm looking for stairs. Oh, they only have, so they have a ladder and they have stairs. You know what? We're gonna do a ladder and stairs. That way they have a choice of how they want to get up and down. There, so they can choose there. And let's see, is there any way to connect a short platform with a tall platform? I don't know that there is. Let's find, oh, there is. They thought of everything. We're gonna put a tall platform. Ooh. So that's a small one with a platform. Is this a tall platform or is this, I think that's a tall platform. It is. Okay. So we can, hey. It's the, oh, that's a short platform. That's why, oh. But I can snap that there. Oh, I didn't know you could put two platforms together. Well, I mean, that makes sense. That makes lots of sense. But I do want to do a tall platform thing. Let me see. I want to turn, yeah, I know. You're unhappy. But I want to turn this so that I want to be able to match. It means I'm going to have to delete something. Okay. Fair enough. Since I know what I want, I might as well do it piecemeal. So let's add another short platform. Turn that. No, that's not what I want. Stop that right now. Why are you being difficult? Can't I join it this way? No, I don't want to join it that way. I want to join it this way. Oh, fine. Okay. Okay, let's try that again. We're going to get a short platform with no canopy. Then we will get a short platform with a, hey, wait a minute. I feel like I'm being tricked. Okay. Oh. Darn it. I thought I had it. I really did. Oh, so it's really okay, so they only join a particular way. It won't let you join the other way. All right, fine. I'm just gonna have to have non-matching roofs. I wanted the roofs pointed in the same direction, but apparently that is not going to work. Well then, if that's the case, I'm going to go back to what I had before and get this one in the color I want and just attach it there. And now I can go to my tall platform, and I think that should also have a canopy. like so. And I feel like I'm missing something. Okay, so the connector tunnel, they don't have one for the tall platform. So that's fine. I won't use that. I guess, is this tall? No, that's short. Oh, a connector bridge. Hang on. What's about a connector bridge? Oops, no, I don't want to move that by itself. Let's just move the whole thing. Here. Oh, now it's pointed the way I wanted it to. Okay. Here, I want you to sit there for a minute, please. And you can sit there for a minute. I want the slide on this side. Oh, I can't put that there. I need for them to be able to pass through here. Okay, I don't know why I didn't think about that before. No, please go back. I want to copy this puzzle pieces and put that here on the side. And then coming down from the tall platform, I don't think they have a connector bridge for a tall platform. I didn't see one. Connector bridge short. Climbing wall short. Yeah, I think the only thing that they have for the tall platform is another tall platform with or without a canopy and the spiral slide. So we'll put the spiral slide there. Yes. And I can't move the whole thing? Okay, that's fine. I can leave it there. We will landscape around this. The other thing that I want to do, since it's a playground, is we are going to put sand around it. And that way, the little ones will not get hurt coming down the slides and stuff. Oh, I'm sitting like a gremlin. My back will be speaking to me if I don't sit up straight. Okay. So I have that. We need a little bit more sand on this side because of the slide. Nice. That's nice and bright. And then I want to put a little fence around it to keep the sand in. So let's go with, they do have a white one. I need the grid for this because the fences can only go by the grid. So I'm going to end up cleaning it up a bit. That's okay. And it's actually realistic for there to be some sand outside because, you know, kids aren't going to be all that careful. And of course, they're going to kick sand outside of the boundaries of the play area. Do that. And then if at any point I want to change which sand I'm using, I can always do that. Okay, now it would be a good idea to put down some trees. That is so stinking cute. It really is. No, I wonder if I could fit a splash pad in the backyard. I have to check as soon as it's done saving. I'm so glad that my save is okay. For a while, I thought that I had lost my build because I hadn't saved the unfinished build to my library. And when I opened up my game today and all I saw was a blank lot, I had a moment of panic. I tried recovering saves. Nothing was working until I had recovered a save where I had done everything except for the main bedroom and bathroom upstairs. No, I had done the main bedroom and bathroom upstairs, but I hadn't done the rest of the upstairs. So I thought I was going to have to redo both bedrooms and bathrooms upstairs. Um, well, originally I thought I was going to have to redo the whole build because, like I said, the lot was empty. And then I was able to restore from an older save. So I saved that to the library. And then I had read something where other people were having the same problem with their lots loading blank. And they said that first they said if you move the household out and then move them back in, that usually helps. Well, nobody is living on this lot because I'm building on an empty lot. But then they said remove your mods folder if the problem persists. So I removed my mods folder and everything was still there. So I immediately saved the unfinished build to the library again because the whole house was done except for the back patio. I hadn't started the backyard or the landscaping yet. So I immediately saved everything that I had to the library. And that's when I started the 50-50 thing and figuring out which mods were mucking up the progress. Okay, I think let's move the toddler pool here, and maybe this is a large splash pad. Let's put a small splash pad. You know, I have never put down a splash pad, and this is my first time seeing how many cute shapes and stuff you can actually have. Do I want, which emitter do I want? Basic one? You know what? I think a basic one. We could go wild with it, but let's not do that. Let's just have a basic emitter. And now we have just a splash area. You know, the toddlers can play over here. Okay, and now trees, so we do not cook our children while they are on the playground. Oh, we are going to have ads in about 45 seconds, so please hang tight. You can use this as a marvelous opportunity to stretch and to use the bathroom and all that good stuff. Grab a snack, and I'll see you on the other side of the ads. Okay, now we can find that maple tree. Where are you? You were in Cats and Dogs. There you are. You're not... you're kind of contained. I would like something that kind of get... What in the world? Oh, I see. Oh, that's from the royalties pack. Okay. I'd like something that extends some shade over the playground. Don't know if we... Ooh. Ooh. I was going to say, I don't know if we have that option, but apparently we do. How about we put you there? And maybe we get rid of the maple tree. And let's see, this is hawthorn. This one also gives some shade in the afternoon. So we've got some shade there. And I think it would be nice if there was maybe smaller trees on this side. Oh, and the cool thing with the sand is I'm pretty sure you can build sand sculptures in this sand. So now that we have sand here we have that opportunity as well. What was the other one I was looking for? Oh, that's huge. Good Lord. That is gigantic. That actually might see how it looks next to the building. It's not clipping into the house. Okay, maybe a little bit right there, but it is realistic that a tree will brush up against the side of a house. Maybe I can slide it over just a tiny bit more. Okay. So I think we'll end the tree placement with that because I think it'll look a little too full if I put another tree in here. So I'll stick with like bushes over here. I might be able to stick another tree next to the pool. Which one is this? This is the oak tree. Can we get another oak? Oh, we can. Put that there. Yeah, and it goes right over the lamps for the backyard. So that works. So now we've got some shade in the yard. Thank you for hanging in there. Welcome back from the ads. And now let's talk about ground foliage, which is always fun to do. It took me a little while to get the hang of landscaping, but that was just because I hadn't developed the patience to do it yet. I love how landscaping looks. It just took me a while to actually take my time with it. But now that I do, oops, I don't want a basement, at least not right now. But now that I do take my time with it, I have a lot of fun landscaping for my builds. Now let's see, we're gonna have a nice little garden bed on this side, maybe on the other side too. Let's slide that out of the way for a second. Oh yeah, that'll fill in the space. All these nooks and crannies that I have from the, because I really wanted interesting bump outs. And with interesting bump outs comes interesting nooks and crannies to landscape. That can be both a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because it looks real cool. It can be a curse if you just don't feel like doing it. And you know what I say, and I've heard other simmers say this, so I love to repeat, there's no wrong way to play the game. So if you're not big on landscaping, you don't have to feel bad about having little to no landscaping. You know, if landscaping isn't fun, please don't do landscaping. The game's supposed to be fun. And anything that is not fun, I don't think you should do. Because then you're not enjoying your game, and at that point, what's the use of playing, you know? And I'm pretty sure that people had to start saying that because there were some folks who were probably trying to be the gaming police and say, oh, it's not a real build if you don't do landscaping or if you don't do this or that. It's your game that you play in your free time, and you should do or not do whatever makes the most sense to you. So that is my belief about it. You know, some people are going to disagree, and that's fine. Everyone has a right to their own opinion. But I like to encourage people, so I try to go out of my way to say stuff that's positive, like use what you have, and don't do any aspects of gameplay that aren't fun for you. because, that's what I really believe. And I can remember a time in my life where I was much more susceptible to other people's opinions. So, like, if I was playing a game, this was before I started playing Sims. If I was playing a game, if somebody who I knew or somebody whose opinion meant a lot to me said, "Oh, that's not real gameplay because you don't do this or you don't do that," then every time I played the game, I would have felt like I don't, not necessarily doing something wrong, but like I would have felt ashamed or like, oh, I have to actually do that thing in order to be taken seriously. And I'm really glad to be at a place in my life where I'm not as susceptible to other people's opinions like that. That part of me is still in me, so I might feel a twinge of like, oh no, I'm not doing what so and so does in their game, but I'm much more able to shake that off and without looking down on what they do, just say, well, this is how I prefer to play the game and play it according to what makes the most sense for me. I think too often we let other people's opinions take the fun out of shit. Please don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Oh, I'm gonna squeeze that in that corner there. Because I imagine that wouldn't be like super landscaped. It's a little nook and cranny. Who's gonna look at that? Okay, I might look at it, but still. Yeah, that's neat. And now I want to fill this up with something. Ooh, our new bigger hydrangeas. I like hydrangeas. We have some hydrangea bushes in my apartment complex, and I love it when they're in bloom. I'm really looking forward to that part of the spring and summer when they go back in bloom. But first, in the spring, our landscaping crew here plants a whole bunch of tulip bulbs. So our we have this oval. It's like a public park type area. There's this big fountain in the middle of it, and then there are benches. And there's I think they still have the stage set up because a lot of times they'll have community events there, and they'll use the stage for that. And the grassy area around the garden area around the fountain, every spring our landscaping crew plants tulips, all different colors, and it's just so cool to walk out there in the middle of the city and see all of these colorful tulips for the couple of weeks that they're in bloom. I think I missed them last year, last spring. I don't think I went out. Well, no, I might have made some photos of them. I'll have to go back and look in my photo archives. But I love to go out with my camera and make pictures of the tulips. And whenever I see the grounds crew, I like to thank them because they do a great job. They really do a good job with this place. Sometimes you have, anytime you live in a neighborhood, you have all kinds of people. So, of course, we have people that really don't take pride in the area. So, like they'll throw their trash out on the ground and stuff like that. And the grounds crew does an amazing job of keeping the area looking nice in spite of that. See, my family and I go to Holland, Michigan to see all the tulips at the Tulip Festival each year. Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. I'm going to have to do that one year. I can just imagine. I've seen photos of like huge fields full of tulips, and I don't know if that was in Holland, Michigan, Holland, the Netherlands. But there are places that have, I knew that there were places that have tulip festivals, but I didn't know that Holland, Michigan was one of those places. So I'm gonna have to go and visit. I'm also a freelance photographer, so my photography eyes are always on. And when I see stuff like that, my shutter finger starts itching like crazy. Yeah, that can overgrow the edge. Why not? Why not? Let me just put some more of these down and then just figure out what I want to put top of some more flowers. I actually prefer flowers to just plain bushes when I'm doing beds like this. Probably because I like flowers in real life. But I don't have any flowers in my apartment. I do have plants, green plants, that I have been nursing back to health because I have a very bad habit of forgetting to water them, which is kind of necessary if you want to grow flowers or plants. My mother is probably turning over in her grave at the state of some of my plants because most of the plants, not all of them, but most of the plants in my apartment, I got from my mother's place when she moved out, and she had to, because she wasn't safe to live by herself anymore. So she had to move out. And when we went to pack up her apartment, I brought all of her plants home. And she would always refer to her plants as her babies. So now I have to remember they're my babies and they depend on me for watering. But I'm sure also if she's aware of anything, I don't know what comes after death, but if she's aware of anything, she also knows that I've had a lot of shit going on. So, the whole looking for a job for 2 years thing kind of takes over one's life, and little things like watering plants can end up on the back burner. I'm sure she understands. And if she doesn't, well, I can't do anything about that. Oh, goodness. Actually, see, what's today? Today's the 18th. Next Friday is actually my mother's birthday. I'll have to remember to light a candle in her memory. Well, and my mother and I were born the same month. My birthday is this coming Saturday. I was saying earlier, and it was actually during an ad break, so I had meant to repeat. I will not be streaming this Friday because I'm going to be away from my computer all day until late in the day. So I won't have a chance to stream on Friday. Usually I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'll start sometime between 3 and 5 p.m. Eastern Time in the US. But I won't be streaming this Friday. However, I may squeeze in a stream on Saturday because Saturday is my birthday and I don't have any particular plans. So it might be cool to squeeze in a stream on Saturday. I'm not promising, just in case I need Saturday to recover from everything that I'm doing on Friday, because sometimes when you have a long day, you need an extra day to recuperate from it. So I'm not making a promise, but if I do decide, I'm leaning very heavily towards streaming for my birthday. So if I do decide to stream, I will definitely say so in Discord. What am I? I'm looking for this. This is what I'm looking for. And I want a different color. When Saturday stream. I know, right? Totally understandable. Thank you. Happy early birthday. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, like I said, I don't have any particular plans, but I do, even if I don't have plans, special plans, I still like to acknowledge my birthday because, in my opinion, it should be a national holiday. because, you know, that is the day that the world got me. I'm just kidding, kind of, not really, but yeah, so that's going to be fun. Whatever I decide to do on Saturday, which hopefully will start with sleeping late. I might have to get up a little bit early just because they're um, for the appointments and stuff that I'm doing on Friday. A follow up call is part of a follow up call the very next day is part of that whole process. So I might have to wake up early on Saturday just for that, make myself suitable for camera and public consumption. And then, if I do have to do that, trust and believe I will be going right back to bed as soon as that call is over. Because we do not do early Saturdays if we can possibly help it in this house. Mm-mm. Saturdays are for sleeping late and gaming laptops in the bed and all that good stuff. Oh, that's cute. I like that. I think we can use something over here. Can I get, let me see if I can find a small-ish tree. Maybe like this one. Fit on this side. Oh, the hawthorn isn't that big. Oh no, the hawthorn is perfect. Oh yeah, that can go right there. No, for real, that's how I view Saturdays too. I know. I mean, after getting up during the week, I mean, I don't have to get up early, you know, because I am job hunting. But, you know, usually if I have appointments and stuff, they're during the week and I actually have to get out of bed and put on clothing. And that's after that, I deserve to sleep late on a Saturday and Sunday too. Now, Sundays are extra special for me in terms of being able to do what I want because I grew up in a very religious household. I'm not religious now. Um, I left all of that behind a number of years ago, but I grew up in a very religious household. So Sundays were never my own. And when I say very religious, I mean my father was a pastor and my mother was the first lady. So I was basically, Sunday was a work day for me, being the pastor's kid and all of that. And then when I became an adult, I just continued, you know, it wasn't a thing, it wasn't a my parents are making me do it kind of thing anymore. It was my own kind of thing that, you know, for a long time I believed on my own. So, you know, Sundays were a work day. I'd have to get up early, and there was a while when I taught, I was a Sunday school teacher. I sang in the choir. One church that I was at, I helped the I was a sound engineer. I was a musician. I played the drums actually. It was pretty cool. So yeah, Sundays were very long days that started very early. Now that I'm not religious and I'm not affiliated with any particular church, I love being able to sleep in on Sundays. Oh, damn, that's very religious. Yes, yes, it was. Yes, lots of pressure and routine. Exactly. And so there are whole swaths of popular culture that I either have never known about or have only been learning about in my adulthood because, you know, like Sunday morning TV shows. I never watched any of them because I was in church. So I go to school and my classmates would be talking about this show, that show. I'd be like, I have no clue at all, you know, and I'm kind of dating myself. This was back in the time where there were not VCRs and there was not, you know, you can't record it and play it later on your digital recorder. No, if you missed it, you missed it. So I was really out of the loop of a lot of stuff. But now I enjoy being able to have nice quiet Sundays and like if I wanted, like I'll go out and I'll do laundry. I like to do the grocery shopping on Sunday because then my partner will have whatever he needs for work the next day. Usually I'll do the laundry on a Monday because I've, or I'll do it either very early on Sunday while people are still in church, or very late on Sunday after they've come back from church and finished their laundry. Same with the grocery shopping. If I don't get it delivered, then I'll do, because there are a lot of churches in this neighborhood. So I like to do the grocery shopping late in the evening after the after church crew has come back from church and picked up whatever they were going to pick up for dinner. Or I'll do it earlier in the day when they're all in church and I don't have to deal with the lions. Now, last weekend, I made the huge mistake of deciding to go grocery shopping on Saturday. I thought that I was making the right decision. I thought. Because I said, you know what? Sunday is the Super Bowl. So if I'm going to go grocery shopping, like physically go to the store and not have the groceries delivered, I'm going to go on Saturday. Because Sunday morning, people are going to be in the grocery store shopping for their Super Bowl parties. And who wants to stand in those lines? I know I didn't want to stand in those lines. So we got up and we wanted to make a trip to BJ's. We hadn't been to BJ's. It's, for those who don't know, BJ's is one of those warehouse club type things. So you pay a membership fee and then you can go in and you can buy things in bulk. So we hadn't made a BJ's run in a while, and usually I'll do delivery from BJ's. So I don't go into the store. I'll order it through Grubhub and then have it delivered. Fine. But there was some stuff that my partner needed that we couldn't get delivered that way because they only do groceries. They don't do like, housewares, and he wanted to pick up like some socks and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, well, you know what? We haven't been to BJ's in a while. We're going to do an in-person BJ's run on Saturday because Sunday is the Super Bowl and the lines will be worse. Child, I'm not doing that again. No, because everybody had the same idea. Everybody else in the area said, we're going to go to BJ's on Saturday so that we don't have to stand in line on Super Bowl Sunday. Child, when we got in that, first of all, finding parking was a pain in the ass. We had to drive around a bit and finally ended up having to park. Now, I don't mind walking to the store, but my partner wanted to look at close spots first. And, okay, you do that. He was driving. I was playing passenger princess. No skin off my back. So, boy, the cussing he was doing, trying to maneuver through that packed parking lot. So we finally found a parking space a little ways away from the store and then walked back. Okay, fine. We get inside the store. Shopping wasn't so bad. The line for checkout, however, was a nightmare. We literally stood in line for 30 minutes just to check out. And when we were done with that, I said, not again. No. Next time, if I want to do a grocery run and I want to do it in person, I'm doing curbside delivery. And you can go in the store by yourself. I am not doing that to myself again. It was the first time in a couple of years that I had darkened the doorway of that store. And I told him that, he said, oh, this is why you do deliver. Yes, it is. Yes. This is why I pay the delivery fee and tip the person. Yes, this is exactly why. So yeah, lesson learned. If it's BJ's, doesn't matter what day it is on the weekend. If it's the weekend, it's going to be crowded. That is my saga of weekends. Now this weekend, since it's my birthday, I may put everything off until Monday because, it's my birthday. And if the weather is nice, I just might go out with my camera. I have not had a good photo walk in, I don't think yet this year. I need to fix that. Totally. Totally. Let's stick some rocks out here. Do we want to put rocks near the children? It's probably not a good idea, but you know, maybe the children need to be more careful. Maybe, maybe the children need to watch where they're going and they won't get hurt on the rocks. So yeah, I think that's a reasonable expectation. Oh, I wanted to do gardening stuff too. Okay. So I want to put some sheltered pots on the back porch. And then I want to put some parts, I think I'll do them over on this side of the house. I want to put some garden pots on this side. So this way we can grow some, let me save my game. I can hear the gremlins cackling about how much I've done without saving. And I am not trying to lose all of my hard work. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's go back to outdoor activities. Oh, that's what was over. Okay. Let's stick a few pots here. I'm going to change the colors up some too. Just for a little bit of variety. Now I've already got some gardening clutter here on the table, so it makes sense that I would have this here. One thing I do not have is a hose. Okay. Let's go into favorites. This is going to take a few seconds to populate, but I know I have the wall hose in my favorites. And I think what I'll do is mount it on the wall here because if I'm remembering right, it won't mount properly on a foundation, but it will mount properly on the wall. I'll try it on the foundation first. Where did I put that? There it is. Yeah, I can't mount it on the foundation. Now I could mount it here, but to me, realism and all that, it makes more sense to mount it here just because that's where the bathroom is. So there are going to be pipes very close by. So I'll have that mounted there, and then, we'll just imagine the hoses long enough to reach out here. And then maybe I'll mount another one in the front. Now there isn't a bathroom nearby, however, this is The Sims and everything doesn't have to be realistic, but we do need a garden hose near the front too because we've got flower beds up there. Alrighty. I'm not gonna put hedges. Yeah, I'm not gonna put hedges there. I'm going to put flower pots there. I'm thinking retaining walls and water damage to the foundation, but this is The Sims. I don't have to worry about that in The Sims. Maybe what I can do, for the sake of my I insist on reality type brain, is add some pebbles. And then that can be like your indication that some kind of protection is here for the foundation. Okay, I think my brain is happy with that. I do declare Oops, we have ads. We also have my game thinking about whether it wants to load my objects by function. Oh, I think it's loading my favorites again. Oh my God. I've been streaming for over 2 hours. How did that happen? It's y'all's fault. Thanks so much for hanging out while I stream. This is a lot of fun. Okay, do I want a planter box or do I want a pot? I think I want a planter box. No, I have not used window boxes in my windows in a long time. Well, I think I used them in a recent build, but it's something that I used to do it all the time when I first started playing. And it's something I've gotten out of the habit of doing, and I don't know why. Oh, I can change that. Let me see. I would like this because I don't use it that much. I'm trying to making it a point to use some stuff that I haven't used in a while. Oh, I can turn you around so you kind of match. And then I can planter box there. Hey, welcome back from the ads. Thank you so much for your patience with them. The ads help to support the stream. Oops, that's not the one that I wanted. Though, pebbles under the planter boxes actually make sense for drainage purposes, so I will do that. It was a happy accident. Okay. Yeah, and I think I'll leave that. I won't put anything. Maybe I can put... No, I won't put anything there. I don't want to stress myself with too many details. I do, however, want to look at window boxes. Now, I think that is under... Is it under wall sculptures or window decorations? Oh, we've got... It's under wall sculptures. Okay. Now, I don't use this category all that much in my building. And that's something that I would like to start doing. Just because. Oh, oh. Well, that's a wisteria. That's a wisteria. This is also a wisteria. I want to do that. And I was talking about window boxes for flowers. Tom's flower wall box. Oh, that is cute. Hey, do I want this or a colorful one? I think I'd like a colorful one. Let's see, green. Oh, a gray one. Okay, green and gray. Red feels like it's a bit too much. So does orange. I don't like the blue. It doesn't seem to match. Okay, let's go with the gray. Now, because the outside of the house is gray. Let's see if I can fit one here. I don't know if it's going to look good with the bay window. I mean, we can pretend that it's not clipping into the house. We can pretend this is a custom window box that was built with this shape. Let's see how it looks from the front. It's at a hill I'm going to die on. Actually, it is. So I will leave that. And do I want to do window boxes upstairs? No. I do like them down, at least these two front ones. Maybe this one as well, the ones by the kitchen. Because we can pretend those are like herb boxes. It's a planter pot. I want something smaller. Edges. Yeah, yeah. And it could be like, they grow herbs there. Actually, if I'm going to do the small ones, I could put them everywhere, but I don't want to overdo it. There is such a thing as too much of a good thing. Oh, this has come together so nicely. Oh my goodness, I love that. It's not over landscaped, and it's not what I would feel is under landscaped for one of my builds. This looks so cute. Thank you. I'm loving how it came together. I feel like I want to put something here, but I'm not sure what. I know. Oh no, that wouldn't go there. I was thinking a toddler slide, but the toddler slide would go here. Even though I haven't made this house specifically for toddlers, I haven't decorated it with any toddler stuff. But if I do have a family that has toddlers, there is space in the playground area to add a toddler slide. Okay, let's see what other. I like to have skill building stuff. So let's do my standard chess table on the back porch thing. And let's go with the green one because I never ever use the green swatch. And we'll find a couple of chairs. I'll go there. We have chairs with green cushions. We have this one with green cushions. And that one. Oh, let's go with this one. That with green cushions. So now we have our chess table. Oh, and ever since they added telescopes, I like to add a telescope too, because sometimes someone else is using the chess table. So let's put a telescope here. Up a bit so there's room. And we can actually, let me change the angle because, like I said, my brain loves to insist on reality at the weirdest times. So there, now the telescope is not looking right into the trees. So we have a telescope. Let's see. I also like to add wellness stuff. Now I was thinking one of these family members could be into wellness. We have the yoga mat here in this room, but I was thinking the massage table because I think I've only used the massage table once, and that was when I added a spa to the gym in San Myshuno. But see, I need to find a good space for, I mean, it could fit there. It could. You know, like if they just want to practice on family members. Because there isn't anything else up on this landing. I'm going to turn it that way. Now, if I had a basement, that's where it would go. But I don't feel like adding a basement. So yeah, I'll just put that there. And maybe we could add a light so that if they want to, they can turn off the overhead light and turn on like a warmer lamp. That would give the area a nice glow. And if we're going to do that, I think a rug is a must. see what we've got. We have a lot more options for rugs than we used to. So I started playing The Sims 4 in 2020, right as the pandemic hit. The game really kept me sane, helped me stay sane during that time. And so I've seen a lot of kits, and I've seen all of the kits, a lot of expansion packs, stuff packs. I think the first expansion pack that was released after I started playing was Eco Lifestyle. Yes, that was the first one because I remember all of the excitement around it and how excited I was to be part of, this new release that was coming out. And there was a lot of functionality that we have now, 6 years later, that we didn't have in 2020. Like we didn't have infants, for example. We didn't have werewolves. We definitely didn't have the Adventure Awaits pack and being able to woohoo in bodies of water. It's really been fun to watch the game evolve over the 6 years that I've been playing it. And from what the Sims team is saying, the game isn't going away anytime soon. And I'm very glad about that. Very, very glad about that. Do I want a double? No, I want a single chair. A couple of single chairs. But which ones? Okay, that was outdoor furniture. Let's look in living chairs. A couple of weaving chairs would look good out here. Oh, and a rocking chair. Oh, when was the last time I put a rocking chair in one of my saves? We didn't have rocking chairs either when I first started playing. I think the rocking chairs were added with Nifty Knitting. That's a fun stuff pack. I'm a knitter. I've been a knitter since I was about 6 years old. So it's been a lot of fun being able to add that to my gameplay. I don't do it as much as I'd like, to be perfectly honest. All right. And there you have it. I think that's everything that I want to add to this build. Let me check through the activities. Oh wait, I don't think I added any instruments. I don't think I added any instruments, and I always like to have some instruments because I am a musician too. I play the violin, so of course I am partial to having violins in the game, even though they are absolutely awful. Violin is one of those instruments where it sounds really, really bad until it doesn't. And they really captured the essence of that when they made this game. My goodness. It's painful, those first few levels. I'll add a guitar too. And sometimes I add pianos, but I don't think there's space for one in the build right now. I would really have to finagle some space. I love the upstairs layout and the bedrooms. I like how each bedroom has its own personality. And I started out, when I started out building, I didn't have this floor plan in mind, unless I'm building from a picture of a house or a picture of a floor plan. I usually don't have a floor plan in mind, but I knew I wanted it to be 4 bedrooms. I knew I wanted the bedrooms to be large. And I knew I wanted to have a dining room that was large enough for me to fit whatever table I wanted in there without any issues. I wanted the living room to be large enough for them to have like an area to dance and sit, and I knew that I wanted fireplaces. Those are the only things that I knew for sure. And somehow or another, oh, and I also knew that I wanted interesting bump outs so that the house would look less like a box. I've been feeling like a lot of my builds tend to look like boxes. So I wanted to do something where the house didn't look like a box. And I feel like I've achieved that with this build. I would so live in this house. I really would. And I really love the backyard. All right, I am going to end stream here. I've been streaming for 2.5 hours and I am tired. I need to get up and stretch and get some movement into my day. It's already 7 p.m. I'm in New York City, in case you didn't know. So it's already 7 p.m. here. So it is time to get ready for some dinner and to stretch all the kinks out and all of that good stuff. But thank you once again for hanging out. Thank you for your stream, Lotus. You are so welcome. Thank you, D'Angelo, for sharing your community with me. I really appreciate you stopping by. Um, let's see. I need to find somebody to raid. Before I do that, well, while I'm looking for someone to raid, I'm going to put my socials in the chat so that you know the other places that you can find me. Um, and I would recommend joining the Discord. Now, I will say my Discord tends to be very quiet. I'm an introvert, and I seem to have attracted a lot of introverts to my Discord because most of the time, the only one who posts anything in the Discord is me, even though everybody is more than welcome to share in the Discord, except for the one or two channels that are like mod only type posting. But the Discord is the best place to follow me, at least for now, because Twitch can sometimes be a little bit iffy about sending out notifications when I go live. But if you want to know when I go live, there's always a notification in Discord. And I also try to, I forgot to do that today, but I also try to post updates about when I intend to go live and that kind of thing, just to keep you all in the loop. So if you want to join the Discord, by all means do that. Then you can check me out on my personal website. You can see my photography, you can read my blog, just learn more about me as a person if you're interested. I'm active on Blue Sky. I love the Sims community there. So check me out on Blue Sky. And there are some really, really great Sims storytellers on Blue Sky. So if you're looking for great storytelling for the Sims on a daily basis, you definitely want to go to Blue Sky and check out a bunch of the Simmers who are there. My YouTube is where my VOD will be. So it'll be available. All my VODs are available on Twitch for 2 weeks. And then after 2 weeks, they are available on YouTube. So I'm trying to think of some things that I can do to kind of spruce up my YouTube channel. But for now, I predominantly use it as the storage space for my VODs. So you're more than welcome to check that out. And I also have a photography Twitch channel. I mentioned that I'm a photographer. So sometimes when I'm editing photos, I like to go live on my other channel and share my photo editing process so that people can, maybe learn a few things, or if they have tips and tricks, maybe they can share their tips and tricks there too. It's been a little while since I've streamed over there. I don't think I've streamed over there yet this year, but I do have it in mind, excuse me, that I want to do some streaming over there, more streaming over there this year. And if you want, I have a photography Patreon that you can join where you can keep up with the best of my photos. I do a lot of street photography. That's primarily what I do. And I post over on Patreon 3 times a week and have mostly Patreon only type content, but every Friday I make a post that goes public 30 days later. So if you go to my Patreon right now, most of the posts that you see will be those once a week Friday posts, and you can get a feel for the kind of photography that I do. So if you want, you can check that out as well. You're welcome, Tiana. Thank you so much for hanging out. It's been a lot of fun. I need to find somebody to raid. Let's see if we can find someone playing The Sims. We've got some people playing Sims 3. We've got some people playing Sims 4. Okay, this person is trying out Sims Royalty Legacy DLC. And I've been enjoying watching people explore that pack. I haven't really explored that pack. I have a save where I started a legacy, but I haven't like really explored that pack to the fullest. So, see, they've been live for an hour. So they're probably going to be live for a little while yet. So how about we pop over there? Oh, good. They are accepting raids. Alrighty. I'm going to put my raid message in the chat. Everyone, please copy and paste it. It doesn't matter here whether you are a viewer, a follower, or a subscriber. We're all one big happy family. And what that means is when we go in someone else's community, we all use the same raid message. So I just copied it so that I can paste it. And I invite you to copy the raid message as well. And let's go and spread some love and light and lotus petals in Can You Pass the Pies chat. Thanks again for hanging out. I will maybe see you on Saturday for my birthday, and if not, I will see you on Monday. Have a good rest of your time zone. Bye.